Dropped frames. Oh, that's where all my stuff is. Ah. CPU 1%, 60 out of 60 FPS. That seems good. I know about the mobile dashboard. I don't need it right now though, because I'm not going to use it this particular time. Well, I don't know if I'm going to continue to use it. That's what it is. Because I've got it on here. It's fine. That's fine. But, welcome. Welcome everyone. I have... Why did my audio stop playing? A 111 time streak of Honkai Star Rail? I didn't know Discord kept a streak. It's a new one. Bruh. Okay. We're gonna do all the dailies and stuff before we start, because then that gives... It should be just about enough time for everyone to join in. Nameless Honor event. Cool. Realm of the Strange did that. Oh, we're all good. All caught up. Oh god, the event. Oh, I've got 2 days. I've got 2 days. I thought it was like... I thought it was 2 days, but I thought I had the baby amount 2 days. I actually probably have quite a few more than that, right? I have almost 4 days. Holy. I thought it was upon us. That's good. Also, I loved this event. I'm really sad that I had to rush through this event because I didn't actually get to play it very much, which really sucked because I really loved this event. Traces, what are we actually sitting at? You need blues. I definitely want to upgrade the basic attack for you because you give a bunch of energy to yourself, right? 30? 30 energy. Yeah, I don't know how much you actually use on your ult because the game doesn't tell me, which I think is really dumb. Why don't you tell me? I probably will leave you at this 120 because you're really a skill guy. You use the skill. HP. I'll get this one. Do you need the extra? I don't know. I don't think you need the extra, but... And then what? I don't know why this one, the recommended, the talent should 100% be second. Because the ultimate doesn't do is, like, I feel like ultimate should be lowest priority. Because it really doesn't do much damage. This one does so much more damage than this. It really should be basic attack. There should be top priority, yeah, skill, talent, basic attack, and then ult. I feel like the ultimate is the one that really should have the lowest. 10% is extra, like, what? That puts it at 180? 160? 160% of his attack? That's fine, but this... 4% times 5 is 20% every upgrade. I really feel like this is 100%. And also, it does 20% more damage when you have more people. I don't understand why this one is... I understand why this one's first. This one should be second because, wow. Lots of... 30% more damage with the amount of stuff. One addition. Yeah, with the thing, and that's when they have three or more, right? 3 turns. Wow, 3 turns is a lot. That's 1 less than Silverwolf's, isn't it? Because Silverwolf gives for 2 plus 1. Yeah, the duration of the weakness. Pretty good. I need to actually do the thing though, so that I can get your stuff. And also, I don't know about this one. I have the free one. Damage. Manager bag increases the damage base. Yeah, because it's like... That's a lot of extra damage. I'm pretty sure that he gets the max damage rate from that. Which is a lot, I'm pretty sure. And I bought the battle pass. I bought the battle pass, right? Yeah, I bought the battle pass. Battle Pass bot. All my points that I don't need. Oh yeah. We're gonna need to do this because it gives these things. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of those things, Penacony Grand Theater. Let's do it. Do we use this team? I think I could one-shot everything with this team after I get her ult up. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe possibly. It's fine. I like this team. I haven't actually gotten to play this team. I'm so excited for the upgrade. It's gonna be so banger.
Let the enemy strike first, and then take the
Actually, I think we start with this.
Since you're already here,
Start with the ult to the last 3 turns because it.
Why not have a meal before?
What a cool ultimate, dude. And then we just use. After this, we just use. Caught in the net. Damn, 10k.
The thread here, all yours.
And he's dead. What do you want?
Gonna hold everyone back again?
Nothing. He wants nothing. Boom.
Relax.
Brah. You're dead. I don't think you were dead, but I mean, pretty damn close. Yeah.
Stand still.
Very, very dead. But yeah, I'm excited for the new update. It's gonna be so banger.
Good times never last. Time to say bye.
Cause we get the upgrade. When do the units get buffed in? Okay. For real. Cause we get it in 3.4, so it's. Excuse me. 3.4. So not next patch, sadly. Which sucks. I thought it was next patch. It's 3.4 though. 2 more patches. So after this next patch.
Let's add more season.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Yeah.
Relax.
So 3.4, Kafka is coming back.
Do we have to fight?
Oh, of course.
Destiny's hand has truly blessed
So
me.
stoked for that.
Stand still.
Oh, now everyone's not gonna have that extra little thing on them. Said. But our guys did. This guy's did. I think
Needs a little more heat.
we'll put
Rest
speed
up.
on this because I don't want to be here for forever, but I'd like to get it done.
Destiny's
Boom.
hand has truly blessed me.
I'm honored by your. Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
Why not? Caught in the net.
What?
10k. Holy.
Stand still.
Basic attack 10k is wild.
Say bye to breathing.
That is a much more intimidating
Relax.
thing, I have to say. Enjoy breathing.
It's better
Holy.
to make a little more heat.
Destiny isn't chosen. Fate descends. I'm gonna hold everyone. Stand still.
Stand still. Boom, ba doom, boom. And everyone's dead.
Good time.
Burst them up.
Time to say bye.
Time to say bye. Oh. Boop. Boom. Boom.
Stand
Brap.
still. Destiny is apparent.
Ooh. And we win. I think that we'll do one more. I'm only gonna do one more because I don't want to spend forever on this. I don't even know why I use this at this point.
Destiny's hand
I don't
has
need it.
truly blessed me.
More season.
More seasoning.
Cutting the net. Destiny. Relax.
I'm honored by your... Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
Ah, I'm glad I got him. Jiaoche is pretty
May as well kill
freaking
'em
sick.
all. Good times.
Nah,
Time to
we
say
don't need
bye.
you. It's okay.
Boom.
It's okay. It's okay.
Stand still.
Standing. Boosh.
Relax.
Whatever you say, babe.
May as well kill 'em all.
May as well.
A little more heat.
Rest. Stand still.
Stop, get them.
How about that?
Relax.
Good. And there we go. And I'll leave that for later because that finishes the dailies. Mission rewards have been claimed, and that gives us one more wish. I think I'm gonna try and get Saber just because I think that it's cool they're doing a crossover. And my my Mono Quantum team, I don't know if it's gonna get changed, but actually it probably will get changed because I can probably put out MLC and I can do double attacker. But press it not that. Why is that what it's set? Why is that what it's set to? That's very much the wrong mission. Missions. Main story. Main story. That's, yeah. Uh-huh. Go! Switching to Dan Heng. And we, for this, are going to use Mr. Guy. Mr. Dude Man Guy. Ooh. I'm invisible. Oh, you think you can... Oh ho ho, stupid bug. Eek, why did you turn so suddenly? You frightened me. Seems the spot isn't secure anymore. Time to relocate. Ah! I love the emotes that they make. The fact that every single one. I get Story Dan Heng. Let me look at Story Dan Heng, please. Why can't I look at Story Dan Heng? That's very funny. Okay, quick lineup because I don't want to be here for forever. Herta, Tribi, and that lady. Confirm. Aha. Okay, onward. Piggy! Piggy, come here. Bam! Gun. Gun. I cast gun. Ooh. Everyone's dead. That guy does not look dead. We'll fix all the statues this time, I guess. I broke all of the statues last time. I was like, I need to break them all. But no, I'm pretty sure I need to fix them all. But I didn't wanna, so I broke them. Because I have free will. And I get to pick what I do. Whoa. Oh, it's the statue. I don't want to break the statues. We're fixing them for some reason. Spin. Spin it. What? They're not gonna... They made me spin the other one, but not that one? What is this? That's ridiculous. Oh. Bang. The black monsters are twisted in form, and their life is turned to ash together with their souls. Oh, it's impossible to figure out their form when they are still alive. These are the remains of a black tide monster. It does look different from the Titankin from up close. What's that underneath it? A scroll? Ah, God. Recorded debate. Fiend, Vetrus, New Sporsus. Most of it is illegible, leaving only fragments. We all recall the state that dared touch the sky, or just blind masses, Titan authority, attempt an absolute mistake, bad Titans. What's a scholar? Make a mistake do not mean the act was meaningless, even the students. Legible content. Okay. As I expected, the Grove doesn't forbid discussion about the sky. It's a debate between two scholars about the sky ships. Glad also made mention of the ships when she interrogated us, a memory I'd rather forgotten. I'll hold on to this for now. With any luck, this journey won't leave us empty-handed. It would be. Huh? Huh? What are we hunting? Ooh. Oh, that's just a statue. Thought it was a thing. I need that. Bam. Okay. Go, Anaxa. Bang. The butterflies are very... Oh. Hyacine. You know, you look like you're in some trouble, I gotta say. That's Hyacine? Why is she surrounded by so many monsters? As much faith that they have in her, it's probably a good idea to help her out there.
Really now? This is way more trouble than I could have asked for.
Need a hand?
Or you could sit back and watch.
I can't tell if you're serious or not, but being hard to read isn't without its perks, I suppose.
I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a
Danny.
hand, could you please? All right, now let's get him.
It's a good nickname. I like Danny. That's a very silly looking. Oh, we are not doing speed mode. No, we're in normal mode because we can one shot almost all of these guys, and I don't need to worry about it. Go.
The door to a whole new world. Glimpse the unknown for a moment, and let it captivate you.
Oh, really? Didn't crit on those? Ow.
No matter.
Herda
Sink into
might not be the best choice, I guess. What? Well, that's annoying as hell.
As one. Underestimating us?
Every single time one of them dies?
What's wrong? You've just got to expand your thinking.
Wow. This place is practically in ruins. What happened? There shouldn't be this many monsters here.
The Black Tide is remarkably quick to detect the light of Amphorius. So or rather, the blessings of the Sky Priest and me, might have unknowingly called them to me.
Well...
Anyway, never mind that for now. Here, you might want to have a look at this. I found it around here and thought it might be of interest to you.
Probably not. What do you mean from examining? Simple, well, those above when we set our heads below our feet. I don't even want to know what kind of situation. By the way, I have a student who loves to write satirical. Once wrote about a fool, could not figure out a question no matter what. As I said, you're like a Dromus, the skyship. What if the state's tyrant defeat? Anaxagoras, you impis blasphemer, mark my words, you will eventually answer for psychiatrist. You're a Phoria. I doubt your student or that young teaching assistant have any idea what. Okay. Anaxagoras. He's the scholar who fused himself with Coral Flame of Reason.
This is new. I didn't know Professor Anaxa was researching the sky.
I didn't either.
He's never mentioned anything about it.
It was a secret. Phaenon said Anaxa might be opposed to the Flame Chase journey.
Might is an understatement. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophecy. People have come to think of him as a heretic, even in a place as liberal as the Grove. Yet, it is also this very blasphemer that Circe's favors. Fate sure works in mysterious ways.
That it does. I picked up a scroll on my way here. It looks like it may be related to the one you're holding. It's possible, I
Let me
guess.
have a look.
Hyacine combines them together.
By the looks of them, these scrolls are records of two conversations that took place in the same setting, one after the other.
One after the other. Who would have guessed? You mind if I ask you? I don't want to hear.
Go ahead.
We're the
The Grove of
Venturers.
Epiphany is home to 7 schools of thought. While all 7 schools are founded on the ideologies of Thalesis, the first scholar,
They're the
each is
simps.
unique in its
The
own
god
way.
simps.
Among them, the Venerationists revere and worship the Titans the most. As the sage of the Venerationists, Euthyphro has always been at loggerheads with Anaxa.
Loggerheads.
If we were to place the 7 sages on the scales of Talantum, Anaxa and Euthyphro would be placed on opposite sides to achieve balance.
Very illustrative explanation. Thank you. Was it a mistake to build the
Nearly
skyships?
everyone
I don't
in
know.
Boreas has heard the story of the skyships by now. Aquila's
Okay.
stature is loftier than the heavens.
They
and
up
their
there.
divine retribution is merciless. That's why it's no use building giant skyfaring ships. Oh, but I do wonder if a supercharged mini treaty cannon could slip past their watch.
Is that a good idea? We already lost one Tribby. That was a joke, right? What is an access field to study?
Forests primarily
Spirits.
study the application of
Yeah,
alchemy
soul.
and soul
Something.
repair. Everyone
Yeah.
considers Anaxa a blasphemer, but that has never stopped him from sharing his ideas, no matter how taboo. If you must say that he's hiding something, then it's likely what lies beneath his eye patch.
The big hole. No more
Anaxa
questions.
often says that every failure brings us one step closer to the truth.
One step.
Perhaps, to him, the crash of the skyship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable.
The firmament?
On the contrary, it was precisely because the skyship represented the first step toward breaking free from the shackles of the earth that it provoked the wrath of the Sky Titan and brought divine punishment upon itself. It's
So we need
a
to build
shame
more
that the majority
ships.
of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists, with sacrificial rituals making up a predominant
What?
part of their findings. Discourse about more esoteric subject matters in relation to Aquila dwindled even further after the skyship incident. So much so that even this scroll is completely new to me.
What? Shame that the Grove's research on Aquila is headed with sacrilegious rituals making up a predominant. What? They found that sacrificing goats makes it so that they won't kill us? Don't worry about it. We'll just collect everything we can find on the Titans for now. Sure. Something else that's caught my attention, though. It says that Anaxa is conducting secret experiments of some sort. Does it?
That's what I'd like to know. What are these experiments he's involved in? Even I, the assistant lecturer, know next to nothing about them.
Well, that's because she hasn't lectured on them, right?
I have a bad feeling about this. Could there be more to what happened at the Grove?
I assume there's more. We're here. Fine. And I don't know if this is quite the team for what I'm going to try to do, apparently. Seems like these guys would
is
be.
the Library of Philia.
This is where
the
we found the
place where the
dot,
Grove
and she was
stores
like,
its
"Yo,
collection of
what's
tomes."
up?" Collections of
Other
tomes.
than books written by the 7 schools, you can also find philosophical texts, ballads, and religious writings from the Outlands here.
Okay.
Cities that desire to learn from the Grove were apparently expected to contribute knowledge of equal value to what they sought.
Fair
We've
exchange.
had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes over the years. For instance, it's said that the Erythrocheramists once borrowed a manuscript from a certain author, but ended up returning a copy instead of the original. What's more, the original manuscript was supposedly then hidden here.
So it ended up back here. That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do.
Nice? No need to hold yourself back, Danny. You can just tell it like it is. Their behavior was no
Oh,
different from Ben's.
angry pink lady. Holy. If you don't mind, did the Grove ever rob Castrum Kremnos?
Whew, you've got me there. Some said you couldn't even find a dictionary in Castrum Kremnos, so I guess they were spared.
That's because all their words are up
There
in their
are
brain.
too many books in the Library of Philia. Flipping through them all will take too long. Why don't we use the
Let's use our
biblioscope to
phones.
search for the
Find the
text
book
we
we're
need?
looking for.
We can bring them back to Akama for reading after that.
I don't want to read. Agreed, this place isn't safe. We should leave as soon as we're done. There's still several scrolls all over the place. I'll gather them while you pull up those texts. This way nothing will be overlooked. Sounds good. I'll find pieces of paper on the ground. You go do other stuff. Away with ye. Investigate a record of the many research topics a Haprist scholar has applied for, and the replies from their school sage about these topics. Topic 1, a discovery that many mythical beasts renowned actually reside in areas with poorly managed birth and death records. Ah. It's just a new one each time. Permission to research reply lacks research significance. Okay. Observation of real plants within the grove imitating the growth patterns of nearby white dryads. Permission to research reply falls under the name. Not approved. Investigates the feasibility of placing flying birds into rocket tubes to guide the directions of the rocket's flight. Okay. Hope can eclectic, yet the outcome of the replies remain unchanged. Impressive tenacity. Hopefully helped him survive. Okay. Weird stuff. These are complaint letters from the school about Anaxagoras. There's a thick stack of letters based on the dust and the perfect name. The complainee did not even bother opening them and just jerked them aside into a corner. This is about Anaxa. I should read this. Hyacine, you should come have a look too. I thought we were like...
Ugh, it's so dusty in here.
In here?
Oh,
We're in the same
these
room.
all complaints about him. I can already see what they must have written. Anaxa has no respect for the gods. His very existence undermines order in our society.
Completely.
They're probably all things like that.
Does Anaxa hold that much influence?
Why else would they call him the Great Performer? When Anaxa established his school of thought, the first thing he apparently did was read his own work to everyone. Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created by gods are indubitably perfect, but what of Amphorius? Only foolishness and insensitivity everywhere you turn.
Everywhere. He sounds just like Dr. Ratio. God, these idiots! They're everywhere! Uncanny impersonation. What
They
happened
marched
after?
him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish.
What?
Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address every one of the scholar's allegations, or face expulsion from the Grove.
What? I thought the Grove was supposed to be like
First
big thing.
allegation was, do you agree that since the Titans created the heavens and earth, so the mountains, rivers, and seas must likewise be their creations?
Am I supposed to put myself in Anaxa's shoes and answer that? Yes. As told in the myths, the sea, the sky, and the earth are all beyond the shadow of a doubt creations of the
Anaxa would have
Titans.
probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way. Instead, he quoted past instances of the flame-chased journey and posited that humans have the potential to take over the divinity of Titans.
No, there's a bug on there.
Needless to say, his critics didn't take kindly to his answer, so they followed up with a second allegation.
Okay, so people can become gods.
You claim to be studying souls, yet you are, in fact, defiling them and committing acts condemned by the gods. Do you admit it?
Oh yeah, there a problem? That's a serious allegation.
Anaxa always wears an eye patch, never removing it, even when alone.
That
Some
is
say
indeed what happened.
he
We
used one of
we
his
saw him do
eyes
that.
as an alchemical ingredient. Every
Keep going.
being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kifili, and this is even more so for the Chrysos heirs who have divine blood coursing through them. If he has
Yeah.
really done something of that nature, then it'd indeed be sacrilegious.
Okay.
Thankfully, they had no way to prove it, so it amounted to nothing more than an allegation in the end. One by
Okay.
one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge him.
He said
At
no.
the end, a scholar asked him, Anaxagoras, have you any respect for the gods?
Not an
It
ounce.
was only after a brief silence that he answered. I have never denied that Titans are meant to be noble constructs.
Are supposed to be. What he didn't say, that the Titans are not noble, rings louder in this case.
Yes. I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved. But what's for certain, at least, Anaxa was allowed to stay in the grove where he
Hey, we
continued his
know. We
research,
know that everyone hates you.
despite being
But you
regarded as a heretic.
just continue. Well, it's okay.
By the way, this stack of complaint letters has reminded me of a place in the grove. We may find
How?
clues there that aren't on the teleslate. I'm talking about Anax's alchemy lab,
Oh,
hidden between the cornerstones.
I mean, I guess. Given the Grove's meticulous approach to archiving, could there really be an oversight right under their noses?
A well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, excluding the nominal chief sage, each has a private sanctuary where they can conduct research undisturbed in their free time.
Why did they let him be the main guy? Like, I understand
Even the
he's
administrators
stupid
of the
intelligent.
Library of Philia
but-
are restricted from accessing those places and documenting the sage's research.
But
With the grove in this state, I'm sure Anaxa won't be mad even if we sneak into the lab for a short while,
a little bit.
right?
I mean, I can't imagine him being particularly happy that we do it, but I can't see him being like, "Hi, that was my place. Don't come in here." Not because he won't know. That's the real thing. We won't tell him. These trees, they're like a maze. Indeed. One more book covered in annotations from many scholars. The title is The Art of Sophistry. 40 ways to improve your debating skills. You skim through it, and the highlighted methods include virtual causation, false premises, contradiction conversions, conflating prevarication, and reality, misinterpreted pronunciations, misattribution, and generalizing specificity, among others. Amidst the dark scholars' exclamations, a true eye-opener. These guys are reading through this book. A true eye-opener. The art of language knows no bounds. If I can't master sophistry, I can at least learn to defend myself against them as an honest man, and so on. Last resort is, when all else fails, employ brute force. Yeah, you got a point there. I don't think that's gonna help us with what we're trying to do. Anaxa, I don't know, man. I don't know about this team. I don't know about using you, I guess. And the problem with that is not using you means that my Herda is not very correctly built, because she is missing that 12 crit rate, which she kind of needs. I have a different relic set that I have a different piece that has like just a bunch of crit rate, right? Right? Am I crazy in thinking this? 8.4. I'd put you at 72, which still isn't great. I have some other ones, right? Crit rate, crit damage, nope. Crit rate, speed, ice. I don't have another one built. ER, crit rate. I mean, I could switch this one over to this one, and then this one over to this one. That would give me 16% more crit rate. Oh, why am I not using this piece instead? It's just, I mean, I guess I lose some tech, but I mean, 8% crit. That's a much better piece. And I'm not missing out on much in that one. And again, why am I mean, I guess I get one less roll, but I also get attack. I don't know why I'm not. Oh, this one is ER, I think. No? They're both attack. I thought I had an ER thing on you. Did I not have an ER? Confusion? I did have an ER. That's just not the one because they don't recommend it. Because they think I'm stupid. There we go. Now, with just her 12 crit rate, now this team is all funky dory. Whoa, get in here. Whoosh. Okay. Less crit rate and crit damage, but it's okay. Where's that bug? Oh, you come here, Buggy. Hey, buddy, check out this cool thing. This water wheel is fascinating. I can spend forever here. Ascend. Bye. What an eye patch. It's like a metal strip. I already went that way. There's nothing. Nothing. Bam. Boo. Perfect. Any more bugs around? I love bugs. God, that was such a fun pastime, collecting bugs. You know, you go out into your backyard.
This
you
is the place. But where is everything?
That old guy who died
Materials
here.
for alchemical experiments, matrix diagrams, and even the seal to the lab. They're
Seal?
all gone. The black tide destroyed it all.
It was probably the guy with the sword. No wonder we didn't see any defense mechanisms along the way. Have you ever been here before?
No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre materials. Students often saw him walk in looking right as rain, but come out covered in soot with his hair singed. Naturally, no one dared to
It was
come
all
near
an
this
act because he just didn't want people. He just had like some really weird makeup and he just got.
place. That bookshelf over there.
Yeah, that's where the old guy died.
Only thing still
There's a
intact.
corpse. Well, there's not a corpse, but there's his spirit's there though. This is where the old guy died in the last story. These are the materials requested by Anaxagoras. Documents from various fields have been compiled in one place, including Titan creations? Oh, creations, not creation. Universality of the soul, alchemy, doctrine, and so on. Most of the materials look to be within the research domain of newest sports school of thought. However, a document titled The Study of the Chrysos Heirs Background is mixed within. I highly doubt all of these books are here. There is one scroll. These appear to be quick notes, examining the background. Holy Maiden, Tribi, Send the Holy Maiden, Golden Weaver, Nesta, Prince of Castrum, the Prince of Castrum Kremnos, Hyacine of the Twilight Courtyard. Have varying degrees of connection to the Divine Titans, so they're divine from the nest. What? So, okay. From the heritage of priest families or royal bloodlines, an extra race, I myself show no such connection. Carefully the creator. What criteria did they use to create the golden blood? Yet Cashrus, the servant of death from Idonia, her lineage is neither titan priest nor demigod, but she has walked the earth for at least a millennia with the power to grant death to humans. Where did this power come from? The god of death? Seems pretty self-explanatory. Another text speaks of the dragon legends of Styxia. The alchemic extraction of soul ripped from dragon corpses is intriguing. That sounds intriguing. Wow. Dragons appear to be the Titans' creations. Perhaps there's a way to reverse this process using alchemy to refuse human souls with Titan creations, increasing the purity and divinity of golden blood. This theory must be tested. I don't know about that one. Let's take someone's soul and put it in a dragon.
Going on? Anaxa is conducting research on our friends in Alchema and me?
A little bit. This journal contains several intriguing points. Yes, it does. Creations of Titans from the Abyss of Fate to Castrum Kremnos. I've seen many a Titan creation during my time in Amphorius. Life forms created by Circes can also be found in the grove. Yeah, the little ghosty goos. But fusing them with human souls through alchemic means, I can't even begin to imagine. Oh, okay. No response. Anaxa seems to hold special interest in the divinity coursing through the Chrysos Heirs' veins, and has even conducted a thorough investigation into the heroes' backgrounds.
It wouldn't have been so strange if he had focused only on Cassie, given her own curiosity about her origins. Plus, considering that the new sporists have crafted omnipotent medicines capable of curing diseases, It also makes sense that he would conduct research on immortal Chrysos heirs.
Are you saying it doesn't make sense that he's looking at you and the other two demigods? I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
Now, it seems Anaxa's objective was never to create medicine, but to identify the origin of the golden blood and figure out its inner workings.
Yeah, he seems like an odd one. So, through alchemy, Anaxa aims to refine the golden blood in the Chrysos heirs to a degree of purity equal to divinity. Must be what he means by close to true purity, but treating both Titan creation and the human body as materials to be used in alchemic experiments. That's rather extreme.
Danny, look at this. I have a bad feeling about this.
Pure and complete. Important alchemic formula has been taken away. Only the author's reasoning remains. Previous research approach was flawed. Fusing human souls with Titan creations does not purify golden blood. Even pure Titan creations are contaminants to the Chrysos heirs' golden blood. Soul fusions between human and creation merely repairs impurities of the soul or maintains a connection to dying souls. So it worked. Kind of. While creations myth tell us that Chrysos heirs and other creations were all made by Titans, their nature differs fundamentally. The Titans' creations are no intermediate products of an alchemic process, and the Chrysos heirs are closer to the Titans than the creations. Ah, in other words, I should not have considered Titan creations equal to Chrysos heirs. The hypothesis I should focus on is one pointed towards the Titans themselves. Such rare chances to study Titans demands a meticulous selection of research subjects. Living Titans prove impossible to restrain, and dead Titans offer no insights worth pursuing. But dying Titans are the perfect reason. Okay. Only by understanding the fundamentals of creation can we ensure perfection at the moment of everything's birth. Through my own hand I will melt a Titan and reach the true essence of the soul. Ah.
My biggest
Seems
fear.
bad.
It's come true. After going through his notes, I think I can
Piece it all together. Let's hear it.
Anaxa was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation.
Yep. You mean he's trying to reconstruct human souls alchemically?
Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something he had to keep hidden from others. Compared to his public speeches, this is the real blasphemy. Oh, I just thought of something.
What's wrong?
Do you remember when the Black Tide was approaching? The Grove had planned to send Cersei's core flame to a safe place. But an accident happened along the way, and Anaxa lost his life in the process.
Yo. But Cersei took over his body and resurrected him, which led to the situation we're in
That's
now.
right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the core flame of reason wasn't an accident?
It didn't seem like an accident. I thought he took the core flame and then he got murdered.
Put yourself in his shoes. Knowing that the Black Tide was closing in and your time was running out, what would you have done? ... Put my theories to the test. Exactly. When the Black Tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the Luminary Throne was to transmute and fuse himself with the Titan's core flame.
I feel like that was pretty...
No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Cersei would make a similar decision. The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away. His research is still ongoing.
Were you not there when he's... I guess she wasn't. It was me and Trian, I guess. Could he have taken them for other purposes?
Like, what? There's only one Titan left in the world now.
Then there 3?
No way.
To conceive an entity of perfection, one must first understand the principles of creation. If an action is an Akama now, that
He's
means...
after Kefali.
He is indeed. He's actually already there.
Sir,
This sky above us, it's not real, is it?
Sir?
Of course
Talking to the
not.
old guy?
This is just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick.
A trick.
The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about the night sky, astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power to manipulate the light, projecting the nights of the past here for you.
No night times. Let's make a
Much
nighttime.
like how the sky above the holy city is also illuminated by Kefali's dawn device.
Well, yeah, they're kind of in like a bubble. So, what? How would they even know what a night is? They should never have ever had a night, right?
So,
Huh.
the skies of Akama are fake too.
Yeah, you guys were in a bubble.
You mustn't conclude that, Inoxa. You should know that only a child would expose a trick and be proud of it. Often people know more than they let on. They simply choose to feign ignorance because they have no other choice.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We've already walked out of the firelit cave of ignorance.
Oh, yeah.
We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules. Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what they allow us to see. Rather than gazing at this mockery of a night sky fabricated by them for the rest of my life, why shouldn't I be the one to take control of the projection device instead?
Carefully.
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of doubt in my heart.
Many a day. You don't have a night.
Many a night. I find myself penning down all my theories and wild ideas, only to burn them to ashes when I open my eyes in the day.
Why? Because we'll face death by burning if word gets out?
As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has already become inextricably linked to the great tree. Every word I say and every move I make is certain to influence every leaf, every branch, even the tree itself. But above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them. The golden blood in my veins is woefully thin, and I am loath to waste what little time I have left obsessing over a hypothesis that cannot even be proven in the first place.
And because your blood is
I
weak.
can, sir. I can do it for us. The time is right. Give me all that I need, and I shall accomplish this grand feat on your behalf.
Does he know what you need?
You're
You
right.
probably talked about this.
I shall do just that. In the next meeting of the sages, I will spare no efforts
God,
fighting
this
for
game
the right
is
you
so
deserve.
pretty. Holy.
Go. Establish your own school of thought.
So there were only 6, and he was just like, I'm going to make
Find
my
out
own.
what we are. Become the one who conquers the ultimate truths of the world.
The ultimate truths.
Child of humanity.
Oh.
You didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali. Just ask him a few questions, did you?
So, you figured it out. If I were as foolish as Adromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic
And
wisdom.
pride.
Well, sorry to disappoint, but I'm no Dromus.
But God, I wish I was.
I am a human, standing tall on 2 feet, possessing both intellect and pride.
Before such power, does it make any difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians.
Whoa.
When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. No. They constructed a dam that kept the roaring tide at bay, chaining down the mad Fagusa.
Oh my god, he's so
They call
mad.
me a blasphemer, Xerxes. But that doesn't mean I deny the existence of gods. It's just, as I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
Haven't we kind of tamed?
Oh, if power that rivals the Titans is what you crave, why not conform to the prophecy and brave the trial?
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titans when I can do so much more? The source of life is what I wish to grasp, to understand what makes up the soul.
The question of life. What
What
are
we
we?
really are. Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death. But where there is death, there is life. And where there is an end, there must also be a beginning.
Yeah.
How then is a soul born? That was the only unknown variable left in my calculations.
And
Okay.
by the sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
No, I have already drawn a conclusion. In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
When they were talking to each
Professor
other.
Anaxa,
Cashrus!
I'm here. Her life hangs by a thread. I must ask you to refrain from taking any unnecessary steps.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end and give you the
Where
answer you
death
so
is.
desire. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange,
Oh god.
I
She's gonna
must
give him a
also
hug.
demand from you what I need.
God, she looks so dumb. She is just like, ha.
As you wish.
Nothing is happening behind
Don't
those
you care to
eyeballs.
know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and her survival.
Oh, she loves us so much.
This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life.
Oh. What do
There
you
is
want?
no need for me to
Nothing.
think twice.
Oh, that's so
See.
cute.
In that case, let the show begin.
Oh yeah.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove the nature of our existence now?
Before I begin, I must confess I have been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time.
My
As
brain didn't
unrelated
work.
as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. They are merely two different ways of telling us about what the soul is at its core.
Like
The
a
reason I
flame.
say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
The random guy talking to
Anaxa,
us.
you were in the Netherrealm?
Couple times.
Yes, I am but a living dead man now, but that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes. That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation too, Xerxes?
Nah, she forgot.
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was likely just an illusion conjured up by the mind of a dying man.
Likely.
Of course you would remember. Because
Why?
that wasn't you. That was Calypso, one of the 7 sages of the Grove.
But you said Calypso wasn't one of them, didn't you?
Calypso.
That's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. How do you know of it? And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the Grove's past like the back of your hand?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul. Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, it stands to reason their likenesses are of souls from the past.
Okay.
The living cannot step foot into that world. So who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she share your likeness? Yet you have no idea who she is. The answer is evident, is it not? Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air. And they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one. Does this answer disappoint you?
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I truly was once human, as you claim, then where do the children of humanity come from?
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to grasping Thanatos' whereabouts. How are we to find them?
I knew you would say that.
Next,
That
too
matters
smart for me.
not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't we have this supreme being standing before us tell us everything?
Would be pretty
You
cool.
can revive a Titan?
Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve itself. The solution is simple. Just like what you did to me. If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all within it as they once did. Simple, is it not?
I don't know if simple is the word I'd ever use for what you just said, but okay.
I have news from Hyacinth and Dan Heng. Anaxa might be trying to do something with Kefali's divine body.
Okay.
But what could Anaxa want? Is the Council of Elders going to sit around and let such a sacrilegious act unfold?
That is not possible. He is indeed the great performer, capable of fooling anyone and everyone with his tricks.
I'm sorry.
No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. Anaxa's ambitious desires will be something we can exploit. What we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kynes is up to, and react accordingly to thwart her plans.
Okay.
Being Akima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods. Become the next challenge you ought to overcome.
The Demigod Council.
Till then, it's best to get used to this place as soon as possible.
Come find us. Come back, come back. We believe.
Preposterous! The Christos-heirs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders. How dare they trample over it?
Wow.
It's been a while.
Hello, Oleg. Oleg. Oh. Oleg was one of the guys.
That's fine. I recognize you. The young lord has nothing but good words about your courage.
Oh, I'm pretty cool.
It has indeed been some time, Lord Crateros. What brings you here in such haste?
Shh. Keep it down. Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for Kynes. I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low. Unless you're itching for a bloody fight to get a workout in.
I could use a
My
workout.
bad. So, did something happen?
Did you hear thunderclaps last night?
No. Oh, it's Acheron!
Acker. What?
She's been through a lot lately. Please pardon her.
I
you
can
tell us more about
defend
these
myself, my man.
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife. They are a message from the young lord. He threw a spear bearing several words at Akama.
Wow.
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
That guy already.
We didn't actually kill them back at the Kremnos Arena.
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you plan to take that thing down in a battle, reach out to me anytime.
I don't know how we're gonna take that guy down. We had, what, like 3 Chrysos errors.
My gratitude. I will let Aglaya know about this right away.
Once she's back.
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That vicious kindness has been unusually active lately.
Which isn't good.
Those lackeys she keeps undercover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the council.
Ah.
That's...
Looks like you can see it for yourself.
We should get back. Thank you for the intel, Lord Crateros.
Why the hell do we have to get off the stage? We're not acting, are we? POV switch. What's up?
Someone trampled right over the Master's flower bed, yet the Master only fumes in silence. Oopsie. There goes the reputation of the Council of Elders.
Pushovers.
Whose side am I on? Why, I'm all for the Council of Elders to reclaim their authority, of course.
Sure. Keep telling yourself that, buddy.
By Catherly into Lenten above, as the Theoros I have observed. Virtuous sit.
Oh.
Aglaya, what happened here?
I know about the poisonous fangs of that king snake through the golden threads. In the past, I would be confident about keeping her in check, but I admit I am now unable to do so.
Okay.
What do you mean?
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments. I have been a demigod for far too long that I hardly have any humanity left. Before I realized it, I have become no different from these hypocrites, no longer capable of relating to the people. This has come a lot sooner than I expected. But perhaps it is time.
Oh.
I need you to step up, Finan, in order for me to retreat behind the scenes.
Yes, this is my duty, but...
It is far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person. Their so-called more support is no more than a ruse to distribute power using words instead of lances. There is no glory in winning this debate, but that makes having respect for humans so much more priceless.
Without flaw.
You are a Chrysos heir without flaw.
Oh, are you talking about the thing you
capable
lose?
of relating deeply with humans.
I appreciate what you've taught me, Aglaya. I hope we'll live up to your expectations and win this debate.
Anything for you, my queen. Oh, who's this guy? Oh, she giggling.
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today.
Okay, old lady.
Dearest counselors, let it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Back then, Amphorius was home to nearly 1,000 cities.
It's a lot of cities.
Each with their own local faith, while gods walked the earth and shared close bonds with humans. Yet, in the present, People from all over are forced to leave their homeland to seek refuge in the Holy City, where they hope to rest under Kefali's protection. All of us have long been in the same boat with no way out of this plight.
Yeah.
We didn't have a choice in the past, but now the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. All I have left is one question for you. Would you rather strive toward the unheard of Era Nova, or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia of our past? Make your choice.
How would you even begin to go back to that age? All of the gods are dead,
Now,
except for 2.
Which of the
3.
2 would lead mortals to an ideal future?
Probably not that one. There is no possibility. Era Nova is a path of salvation the gods promised. We should not doubt in the Flame Chase journey. True, me.
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Kindness. Please.
Very, very much.
How
Please.
does
How
the
would you
Council
even
of Elders
begin?
plan to turn back time?
Let the 3 Titans of Calamity be born, and Era Chrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those Titans, and Era Chrysia will descend upon us again.
I don't think that does what you think it does.
Know that the Council of Elders is never one to make empty promises. Look at who we have on our side. Anaxagoras, one of the Grove's 7 sages, and Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death.
Oh.
With the help of these 2 heroes,
You would be very dead. She's very close to you.
Chrysia will exist once more.
Aren't they Chrysos heirs? They're supporting the Council of Elders instead?
Doesn't everyone know who Naxa is? I don't... He's really not a
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not get along well in their group. All the more proof that Aglaya isn't fit to speak on behalf of every Chrysos heir. I am in favor of Era Chrysia.
Era Chrysia! Era Chrysia!
Conviction, conviction.
Castorus? Why are you standing over there?
You finally arrived, Naxa. So have you, Kaz.
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, I know that you have many queries. Could you continue to converse like how the citizens normally do?
Tell me, dear citizens, if we successfully retrieve and return Thanatos' core flame without anyone passing the Death Titan's trial, what would happen next?
The answer is simple. We will have a chance to rid the world of death and bring Amphorius back to an era when all beings live forever. We'll usher in a new future that will be entirely different from the Flame Chase journey.
He's one of the 7 sages. Your proposal is much too idealistic. As long as the Black Tide still exists, how can we go back to the old days?
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Plus, Fagusa's water curtain will be able to block out any external perceptions. Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a glimpse of the threat that this person is talking about anywhere within the walls of this majestic holy city?
Oh. Could it be that you heard that from the Flame Reaver themselves? Citizens, let's loudly sing the blessed hymn. Oh, beautiful old world, where are you now?
The
Oh,
blessed.
legendary Eracrysia, return to the mortal realm.
That was not
After
singing.
the destruction of the 3 Titans of Calamity, the Flame Chase journey will have to end.
How are... Okay, so death, yes, but we already have Strife back. And the... whatever the other one is. Cypher. I don't know. You can't kill
This
him.
is bad. The masses are now totally riled up.
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned hinges on the premise that we can find Thanatos' existence, right?
Thank you, Lady Aglaya, for still caring about this city. However, dear citizens, we are truly fortunate and blessed.
Are we?
For Castoris, Idonia's goddess of death, will surely find Thanatos under my guidance.
What? With that, I solemnly promise that the core flame Lady Castoris brings back will be personally managed by the Council of Elders. Thereafter, if we are able to garner the support of all of you at the Citizens' Assembly, we shall spare no effort in ensuring that the Eracrysia will return to our world once again.
Okay. We're cheering. Woo, woo, woo.
With
Never
the balance
dying.
shattered, the result is clear. Buy carefully into Lenten above, as the Theoros I have observed. Akama has chosen her destiny. The issue up for discussion at this Citizens' Assembly shall be modified to the suspension of the Flame Chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the Wall of Heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
Ha.
Aglaya, dear Aglaya. What has caused your heart to soften? You also don't seem to be as quick-witted as before.
Wag your tongue as much as you like. Since the Flame Chase journey has been preordained by the prophecy, our failure has never been on the cards.
Well then, I guess we'll find out if that's true at the Citizens' Assembly.
I guess. Ah, Castris. Very true. What's going on, baby girl?
Well, it seems that when I sent you to look for Anaxa, I unintentionally facilitated your partnership with him instead.
My apologies, everyone. I know that you have many questions to ask me. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge.
In that case, please tell us as much as you can.
Oh, I see a puzzle. What
In
happened?
actuality, he showed me a past that was both long and heavy.
Meaning?
The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yep.
Yes, I am but a living dead man now. But that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes.
The not gods. Castris! That's me. That's us.
Have you heard of this tale before? A tale about the ocean god's treasured pearl, our hometown.
Our hometown.
It was a seaside town
Oh.
which enjoyed the ocean breeze and glorious, peaceful times, thanks to the
That
wisdom
looks like
of its
it.
ruling queen.
God, what is this? This is the
Until one
Kremnoans,
day,
I think.
An evil dragon descended upon the town. Its wings were large enough to blot out the sun, while its claws were sharp enough to rip the waves apart.
Pollux.
It barged into the tall tower and devoured the queen's beloved daughter. It even settled itself in her bedroom, like a tyrant king. The queen assembled 300 warriors who managed to subdue the evil dragon by chaining it up. However, when the queen
The
slit
bones
open
were
the
still
dragon's
inside of the
belly,
dragon?
she realized that the princess had long since been digested, and all that was left of her was a pile of bones. Devastated, the queen wept for several days.
True.
It was then that a devious, smooth-talking scholar arrived at the palace and suggested that the princess could be revived through the use of dragon bone and dragon blood. That liar called this process the secret art of alchemy.
I'd be shaking.
The princess was reborn. The queen was overjoyed, blissfully unaware that the evil dragon's soul still lurked within the princess's body. As revenge, the evil
Dragon
dragon
got
swallowed
much
the poor
bigger.
queen,
Holy.
the glib liar, the courageous warriors, and all of the town's innocent civilians in a single gulp.
Oh. What is this? Oh, it's volume settings.
Worse still, the souls of the deceased were refused entry to the Netherrealm because they were filled with regret. Forced to roam the mortal realm, these resentful souls ultimately converged into a river of souls that would not retreat for a long time.
For a long
The terrifying death had consumed all. Thereafter, our hometown fell into ruin as well. Until...
So that not
Until?
Hi, Castris.
Actually, I don't know what happened next either.
Oh my. It seems that you still like to whet people's appetites even after all this time, Polixia. So, according to your story, this is how I used to look? It's practically a mirror image.
I mean, it is.
And yet, what exactly is this?
Ghosts.
A miracle
Ooh.
that I created with alchemy.
Oh.
As for what it is and how I was able to accomplish it, I'll keep the answers to myself for now.
Soul. You used your soul.
Oh my goodness. Is this cliffhanger really necessary?
Apparently.
Quiet, Titan. Continue to enjoy this splendid play, and the truth will naturally reveal itself.
Will it?
Dragon, huh? I've heard this legend before.
In that case, what do you think of it?
What do you think?
I think that this so-called alchemy was a tenuous analogy added to the story by future generations. After all, you've never heard of a tradition of alchemy in your hometown before, have you?
No.
Indeed. Before I left home
Holy,
to pursue
that's
my
cool.
education, I never even knew that anybody was looking into this area of study.
How awesome is that?
Therefore, we can just treat this tale as a fable told to young children.
Can we?
Fable, you say? If so, what moral is it trying to impart to the kids?
I guess it might be the concept of equivalent exchange?
Oh? I thought the moral might be closer to something like honor the dead. What? At a loss for words?
God, I'd be shaking. Why?
No, I merely realized that we're both thinking of the same principle. If life is priceless, then there is hardly anything else in this world that is of equal weight to it, right?
Indeed. As expected of the wisest scholar in the land.
How are you floating?
You flatter me. Why don't I ask you a question as well, as a form of equivalent exchange?
Of course. What is your question?
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
Probably not.
What kind of strange question is this? I got it. You're just trying to get me to tell you whether I like anyone, right?
Right?
Let's just leave it at that. That was rude of me.
Very, very rude.
Yes, I would.
That was...
Oh?
Death is inevitable. In the days to come, I'm certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good. If such a mighty power really existed, I think I would use it without hesitation. After all, you, me, and the rest will all have to face that fateful moment eventually.
Apparently not. You guys are immortal. You guys are gods. Gods. Polixia.
My time is finally here. However, perhaps because of my firm belief in the immeasurable value of life, I am unable to complete the trial.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. It is a pity that fate is such a cruel mistress.
Is there no other way of interpreting those words?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear. Between my sister and me, one must pay the price. Our trial can only be completed when the one chosen sacrifices her life.
Ooh.
I'm afraid that the prophecy might even have selected a pair of twins for this exact purpose.
Ah.
Fortune makes fools of us all.
My sister is prepared to sacrifice herself. And yet, I can't do the same. How absurd. My time is almost up, but I'm still afraid to welcome death.
Don't blame
What
you.
should we do? If I'm ultimately not able to make up my mind...
Since Kairos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end, there is still plenty of time for you to ponder.
That's right. Don't allow.
Why do you have a question mark? We know it's nice.
Cloud your mind.
Trial, prophecy, the topics that they're discussing seem familiar.
Yeah, they're talking about becoming the gods.
These three people must not have left their names in the epics. Otherwise, I would have some recollection of this.
Amphorius' history before the Titans were born was complete chaos. Is that not strange by itself?
Not particularly, because before the Titans, in theory, no one existed.
I have long held three hypotheses about this. However, let's continue watching for now.
Calypso, Polixia, and this warrior.
I seem to
have
you.
met
It's
him
nice.
before.
It's so nice.
Regarding this matter,
It's nice.
Nias, are you confident that you'll complete your trial?
Of course. Though, I am worried about what will happen once I've emerged victorious.
Not much. That's nice. I really don't understand.
Looks like you have made up your mind.
I'm gonna become God.
Yes, this is the safest course of action.
What is?
Completely separating courage, honor, tenacity, sacrifice, and reason.
Oh, the splittings.
You really know how to make things difficult.
Please, young lady, witness my fall and demise. Lady Calypso, you shall host the soul-rending ceremony.
I do not understand. Why would you dare to sacrifice yourself for a future that you won't get to witness?
Because this is our destiny.
The power that resides within me is so intense that I will one day be engulfed by it. Furthermore, a valorous death before glorious return has always been the path I chose to walk. A journey I began long ago. If your sister or Kaos were in my position,
okay, who's Kaos?
I believe they would make the same choice as well.
I'm not that brave. I don't know how I'm supposed to face such a serious affair.
Head on, I guess.
Despite being Death's chosen one, it seems you still don't know how to face it. Let's chat, young lady. Perhaps I shouldn't end my journey so hastily.
Yeah, I mean...
Since there's still time, I'm not worried about letting fate wait a little longer.
Of course. This warrior is...
Of course! They only said his name.
As the embodiment of Nikador's divinity, he entrusted his life to us and allowed humankind to end his madness.
Yes.
That means that what I'm currently seeing before my eyes is, in fact...
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already been proven true. These heroes are the true forms of the Titans, before they attained their divinity. If so, the chosen one of death that he speaks of is actually...
Polixia? Is the previous form of Thanatos? But her appearance...
If this is true, as long as we can find out where she went, we'll naturally be able to figure out the location of the Death Titan.
But before that, we first need to witness what ultimately happened to Lord Anaias.
We know what happened. I mean, we can watch it, but we know. I'm pretty sure we know exactly what happened, I have to say. Okay. Real quick, I'm starving, so I'm gonna go make a snack. Not that one, not that one. Cannot. Why? Why can't I? Where is it? This. I mean, I guess it won't take too long. Crimson. And enter this. We'll switch over. It'll take just a second. And real quick, I'm going to go make a little snack and be right back. Boba dub. BRB, guys. Okay. Ugh. I am back with snacks. Perfectly timed, too. Let's go. Hiya! Okay. And now, back to the story. Press the V button. Okay. Again. Not the mission we're doing, game. Not the mission we are doing. So, there's a thing over there. Investigate.
Honor, courage, tenacity, sacrifice.
And finally, the only thing that remains is reason.
Cheer up, young lady. There is no need to shed tears over a glorious death.
All farewells in this world are sorrowful, Lord Naius.
No, young lady. As a warrior, I have witnessed too many bitter deaths. But now, all I feel is peace. I did not know until this moment that mortals could live their lives in such a way.
Although only a sliver of your soul remains, you remain so optimistic. Or maybe the truth is that you aren't able to feel sorrow anymore.
To be honest, I don't know either. But I am certain of one thing. This is not an acceptance of death nor apathy toward it. It's not even a feeling of despair. I am just enjoying what remains of my life to the fullest.
Enjoying?
Indeed. Along this journey that we've taken together, not only have I changed the world, I myself have also changed in the process. And now I have reached the journey's end. When I look back and see the grand epic that I've personally written, how could I not revel in that fact?
But when you depart the mortal realm, won't all of your accomplishments be reduced to nothing?
Not necessarily.
Separation and death are two sides of the same coin. Reconciling this doesn't come easily for a mortal.
No, that's why he's God.
Finally, let me recount to you a story of mine, young lady.
Let's hear it.
The first time I returned from the battlefield, I felt extremely hollow. The calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. When I returned to the city alone, the citizens held a banquet for me that was far from pleasant. I felt as though I was still on the battlefield, and the person who had returned was nothing but an empty shell. It was late into the night by the time the banquet ended. My head still reeling, I returned alone to the barracks. On the way back, I encountered someone. It was a crazed scholar looking at the night sky and muttering to himself by the side of the road. Although I tripped over him and fell, I wasn't angry in the slightest. And maybe because I saw myself in him, I inexplicably asked him a question. Do you think that it'd be better if we just died on the roadside like a couple of stray dogs?
What a question.
To my surprise, he shrugged his shoulders and sighed.
Wow.
How does someone who is currently experiencing death, dying and living, afford the same amount of bliss? Now please go away and don't block my starlight.
Are you trying to say that there is no difference between living and dying? For they are both journeys that lead toward death.
That's exactly what life is, and death is, but a scale to measure how valuable the journey was. Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. Therefore, young lady,
very true.
Don't detest your fate. Instead, willingly and respectfully embrace it.
The embodiment of strife, telling me about the majesty of the world.
Indeed. I believe that when the fated moment eventually arrives, you will be able to understand my words. It is time for me to knock on death's door. I will set up a long table at the end of the road and humbly await your arrival. When that moment finally comes, let us drink and be merry then.
Don't cry because it's over. Cry because it happened.
I knew that it would eventually come.
Time to die. Or is Nias leaving? One of the two.
Are the both of you ready?
Castras! Castras!
Polixia. I'm here.
Oh.
What? This...
This is quite interesting indeed.
A little bit.
Is this Polixia's sister?
Yep. First question is that me?
Is it
There we go.
me?
First question. That should have been the first question.
Now, it's time for us to fulfill our promises. Are you afraid? What are you afraid of?
Dying.
That I won't be able to do it.
What is
The
going
dead will
on?
Sprout again from the remains and be reborn with the dead flame.
What? One second. What is happening here? Boop. Not what we're doing. Stop. What are you doing? Okay, 1 second.